Hello, hello, hello. Today I got my caramel macchiato. I usually get a chai tea. I have one of those too. I have 2 drinks today. I got an email from somebody and they said, hey, Mumzie, how come you spend so much money on coffees and teas? That's a waste of money. It's not a waste. I drink them all. It would be a waste if I didn't drink them all. That would be wasteful. But I drink everything that I have. And so my comeback to you is this. No matter what you do in life, it's your money. Just enjoy it. You know, don't worry about what other people are doing. If someone is going out and they're skiing every weekend, that's not a waste of money. They're being athletic and they're doing something they find joy in. For me, I work a lot of hours, so I get myself a specialty drink. And sometimes there's days I get 2. And I mean, if I'm having a really bad day, I'll have 3. Hey, it's my money and I'm going to spend it the way I want. And the main thing is just enjoy your life and do your own thing. Let's go get busy with this day. I should have got 4. So do you ever have one of those days that no matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter how you react, it just doesn't work out for you? I had one of those days the other day. Let me tell you about my day. First of all, I set my alarm and I forgot to turn the alarm clock on. So the next day I got up, but a little late, so I was running behind about 30 minutes all day. So that was a glitch to start the day, but I trudged on. And then I got a phone call from Social Security. And yeah, you know, there's a lot of these scam calls, but with a couple of questions and information they wouldn't have known, I knew I was really talking to Social Security. I was on the phone with them for 2 hours trying to resolve something. So let me give you a little backtrack. My husband died about 20 years ago, and my little girl was 4.5 at the time. And so when a child is under 18 and a spouse dies, you get Social Security for that child till they're 18, and then it stops. And sometimes it goes a little over 18. So anyway, I haven't had any Social Security checks for her for about 5 years, of course. And they called to say that they were going through all the numbers of everybody across the United States, and they discovered they overpaid people. And I'm thinking, what? Well, if you're the one that sets up the payment, how am I supposed to know what to get unless you tell me? And they're like, well, you should have discovered it. I'm like, first of all, someone is grieving that they lost somebody. They're not going to go through everything and think, oh, do you think Social Security's paying me correctly? So I'm thinking, all right, I must owe them like a couple $100, maybe a couple thousand. Now, $89,000 is what they said they overpaid me. And I have 30 days to pay it back, or they could put a lien on my house. So you hear that and you are at a Jedi level of stress. And so I'm like arguing with this guy. And finally I say, you know what, just give me your supervisor. Give me somebody above you. So the supervisor gets on the phone, puts me on hold. I hear a bunch of mumbling in the background. She comes back on and she goes, Mrs. Glott, I want to apologize. So-and-so is new, and he was looking at the wrong name. He was on your name, but it was the name above yours that owes money, not you. Okay, so there's the stress right there. So that starts the day for 2 hours into the day. And sorry, I'm trying to get this camera right. I'm trying. I haven't got my stuff set up in the car yet, so bear with me. So then I decide, you know what, I need a coffee. So I go to Starbucks, and I get to Starbucks, and my app crashes. Now, my money's on my app. I don't have cash with me, and their debit card machine isn't working. So I'm like, you know what? No problem. I got to get to my hair appointment. I get to my hair appointment. She forgot to schedule it. She goes, no problem. I'll get you in after I do this one I started. So I'm looking through the mirror and I'm going, okay, I'll have my hair appointment soon. And I'm sitting there and like 15 minutes go by, a half hour goes by, and I look up and she's doing a perm and the person has really long hair. And I'm like, oh, this is going to take forever. This is taking my whole day. And so I have to drive off and not get my hair done. And she felt really bad. She texted me later and she said, you know, this is all me. I am so sorry. I'm working on time management. I'm going to make it up to you. I'm going to do your cut and color for free next time. So I'm thinking, okay, that's fair. That was really cool of her. And so I'm like, so I take my kid to lunch. I meet with her at her job and we have lunch. And on the way back becomes the tipping point of the day. Now listen to this. I'm driving down the street and the truck cuts in front of me without using a signal to turn into Wendy's parking lot. And so I honk and he hits his brakes and he flips me off. And I'm like, dude, you just cut me off. And then he doesn't move. So I honk again. And he just sits there and continuously flips me off. I won't flip you off. Just continuously like this. Make sure I saw it, which I did. And I'm like, and so I start to back up. He backs up as I'm backing up, so I still can't go. So I continuously honk, and he rolls down his window and yells at me, calls me all these filthy names, and for the first time in a year and a half, which is pretty good for me, I flip somebody back off. And I yell at him, and he's yelling at me, and finally I said, oh, this is crazy. And he goes, you want to go? And I'm like, you know what? I do want to go. So he gets out of the car, and he's an 85-year-old man with a cane. And I'm like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. This was my day. So I drive off, and I hear him say, yeah, you go, pussy. I'm just like, I cannot believe this day. This day is done. And so I went home.
Come over here and see who's in my window. It's the baker boy, and look, he's got a cannoli in his hand. If you marry the baker boy, he will come and he will go, and he will always make.
So you cook yours in the oven.
All right, today we're going to try some foods that I used to hate when I was a kid.
There is no we in this. There is no we.
I get to try food that I used to hate as a kid to see if I really still hate them. Now, this all came about because I went out to dinner with my dad the other day, and when I was a kid, I didn't eat fish, plus a bunch of this other stuff we're going to try. And when I was eating with him, I had like 8 pieces of fish on my plate. And he was just amazed that I eat fish now. And I said, well, yeah, that was when I was a kid. And he goes, well, do you eat the other stuff you never used to eat? And I thought, I wonder if I would. But here's the thing about fish. Most kids don't like fish when they're little because it's the texture of the fish. They're rubbery, and it's also in the preparation of the fish. Of course, Evie has to walk right by me. Now, you can steam fish, broil fish, fry fish, barbecue. There's all kinds of different ways.
Eat it raw.
Eat it raw. And, you know, it's just the way it's prepared. But even certain fishes now, I still don't eat. But I've tried a lot of different fish, and I love it. So I wanted to go back and try different foods that I used to hate when I was a kid to see if I still liked them. Now, what we got here today is a carrot, because I hate carrots.
And I love carrots.
A Brussels sprout.
I love Brussels.
Asparagus.
Still okay.
I made tuna noodles.
Gross.
And the winner of the night, liver and onions.
The onions are fine, but the liver's...
This smells rank.
I'm not trying that.
I have my barf bag bowl.
Freaking gross.
Just in case. But I want to say also, it's all in the preparation also.
No, do not eat liver. There's no way you can prep liver for it to be good. Let me...
But let's go back to other foods, like with the fish, what I was talking about. It's all in the preparation of the fish. Now, my son can make different kinds of meat and fish, and they taste fabulous. But other people might make fish, and it doesn't taste as good. I'm going to use game, for example. My uncle Joe, was a hunter, and my dad hunted with him. And they both shot a deer many years ago, and they both, shared the beef. And my aunt could cook deer meat fabulous, and it tasted very lightly gamey. But if my mother cooked the same deer meat, it tasted horrible. It just is the way you prepare it.
You suck, Grandma.
Some people cannot cook certain foods. So today I'm going to start with the carrot, and this is a prime example of why I don't like carrots. When I was little, my mom used to slice the carrots in slices and cook it in milk.
That's just disgusting.
I'm waiting for everybody to go, ugh, and everybody's over there going,
that would make anybody hate carrots.
To this day, I can only eat a carrot if it's shredded.
Can I start?
So it's mentally.
I love carrots.
Here, go for it.
Tastes great.
So I'm going to just take a little bite because I hate carrots. Hey, not bad. I can eat carrots. I still don't think I'd eat them in milk, though. That is forgiven.
No one would. That's not a thing.
Not bad.
Grandma's just gross.
I think it would take me a while to eat the whole carrot, though.
Not me.
But I wanted to try it. Now, next time I'm going to try is asparagus. Now, do I eat the stick part or this part? I cut it in half.
I would eat this part. I mean, you can eat the whole thing, but
Okay.
the bottom is probably super
You want to try it
hard.
first?
I'll eat all of it, so you go first. Eat more than that.
Well, I'm trying it first. Not bad. I would eat this. I would add salt and pepper to it.
How did you cook these?
I just boiled them. That's not bad. I would eat that. I would add salt and pepper to it. And maybe...
Eat your veggies, kids.
I've heard people dipping it in cheese, too. I think that's cheating, though.
I ate the rest of it.
I was going to say, where did it go? It's a little stringy. Okay. I'm going to cut up some of this Brussels sprout. Ugh. Now, we went to a friend's house, and he invited us for dinner for him and his wife, Doug and Sherry. And he made Brussels sprouts, and they were so good. So I'm going to try this one. Not bad.
You said that to everything.
Not bad. I would eat that. I'm just setting myself up for the tuna.
Wait,
for the liver.
Rate everything out of 10 of the things you've had. Rate this carrot. See this carrot? You rate it.
Okay. I'd say about a 4.5. For me, that's good. Now, I have sliced, like shredded it. I can eat it. I can eat it in certain foods. But every time I think of it, I think it's psychological. I think of the sliced in the milk and I start to gag. I really
That's
do.
still so gross to me.
The asparagus, I'd say about a 6.5, and the Brussels sprouts a 4, because it looks like an eyeball. Okay, the moment of
What kind of eyeballs
truth.
are you looking at?
The moment of truth.
I'm not eating that.
I tried to make this look pretty, and even though I tried to make it look pretty, it's still not going to do it justice. I couldn't even put a doily on this to make it presentable. It smells rank. I'm going to have to go and bury this in the backyard. I'm already setting myself up for failure here. You can almost say that, Carmen, you're not going to like this. But I'm going to be fair and try liver and onions. I took the smallest piece, by the way.
Not small enough.
Oh, God. Okay. Oh, the things I do for YouTube. Oh, excuse me.
Gross.
God. No, 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 no.
Rate it. Ew.
I need ice cream stat.
Not until you finish your vegetables.
I'm going to tell you something. This just taught me today that I could never be a serial killer. Because like Hannibal Lecter said, he ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice glass of Chianti. I can do the fava beans and I can do the Chianti, but I cannot eat your liver. I'm sorry. Mumsie's done.
Yeah, Hales isn't eating that shit. That's gross.
I think we'll just bury this plate in the yard.
Yeah, throw the plate away with it.
But give yourself a second chance to try foods that you used to not like when you were a kid, to give it another shot. What we did was we went on the internet and looked at the top ways to make the food, and we just, there was all kinds of ways. It was endless, thousands of different ways to make different
Freaking
types of food and stuff. And the carrots, you could shred it, slice it, dice it, whatever. But we did the carrot raw to give it, the authentic taste, and it was great. And we just boiled the other two items, the Brussels sprouts and the asparagus. And I'm sure there was better ways to do that to give it more of a higher point average. But in the comments, tell us what was the one thing you didn't like when you were a kid. And would you try it again today?
Don't try liver if you haven't tried it.
And let me know, do you like liver and onions?
And if you do, you're gross.
I'm going to go gargle with some Listerine and then eat a quart of ice cream.